Okay. Okay. Now, so electromagnetic spectrum is basically a spectrum of different waves which have some properties. One, they travel at the speed of light, which is basically 3.0 times 10 raised to 8 meters per second in air or vacuum. The second thing is they are all transverse waves. The third thing is they do not require medium to transfer energy. They can basically go in vacuum as well. Okay, so that's what I mean. Now we're gonna basically do all these waves and their uses one by one. So first of all, you guys need to make a table. Okay, we're gonna write the name here. We're just gonna explain the frequency, and then we're going to explain its wavelength, and then we're going to talk about its uses. Okay, so that's how it's gonna be. So what you can do is on your basically copy or whatever you're using to write, just put it on landscape, like put it on landscape side where the wider side is, and then start making this table. Okay, because it will take a bit of time. Now, so the first wave that we have and we're going to discuss is, it's called radio wave. Radio wave has the lowest frequency and the highest wavelength. We don't need to know exactly what are those because they're going to ask this, but we should know if one has a greater frequency than the other. So that's what we need to know. Okay, now, so radio waves are used mostly in, of course, radio and television transmissions. They also are used in astronomy, so we can actually see how the movement of different stars or light emitting bodies through this. Okay, one of the latest technologies that we basically use this in healthcare as well, where it is used in something called radio frequency identification, commonly known as RI RFID, like that. Okay, so who has gone shopping? to a mall or a big outlet. Everybody goes right there.
Yes.
So, do you want us? So if if you know in the stores, right? When you go there and there is a tag basically that is put in to the clothes, right? And if you try to steal them, I mean, why would you do that? But if you try to steal them, you might see that when you leave it, it basically sounds an alarm. Have you seen those things?
Yes, sir.
So RFID are used in many things, right? Many things. So basically, usually it's small tagging device. Okay. So it can be tagged with anything, and then and tracked using the radio waves. Okay, so it can be tracked, like you can people put tags on in fact, if I'm not wrong, okay, if I'm not wrong, you guys know about this cool stuff that Apple has just released. It's called Apple Tags, है ना? Have you seen that?
Yeah, Apple AirTag. I saw.
So what does that do is it is basically a device that you can put in your keychain or put in your car, and then it tracks where it goes, right? So basically, that particular small device is RFID tags, okay, and it can be used in clothing. It can be used in valuable possessions. It sometimes they put it in human bodies to track something, and sometimes the tags or microchips, some people call, they're also put in, dogs to know their exact breed or where they go, right? So it could have many different uses. Everybody understands this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm not exactly sure if the Apple tag is actually the same. It uses RFID or it uses some other technology, but it should use RFID. So can you guys today research on it and let me know so that I would also be updated on that. But I'm sure that it would be an RFID then. Okay, is it clear, everybody?
Sir,
Yeah.
I was just going to say the Apple AirTag thing. It updates its location every time it comes close to any Apple device.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
updates the
The
location.
the RFID does the same thing, right? It basically sends radio signals to update its location, okay, where it is. So let me see if that is true. How about we learned something new. So air tags use RFID. Okay, I think Google is going to tell us. AirTags send stronger signal than a credit card RFID. These RFID chips use a lower frequency signal that can read up to maximum 4 inches away. RFID blocks reduce signal point with impossible. Hmm. Okay, a geek world will tell us. Okay, so yeah, AirTags is cost-effective Bluetooth tracking. Help you track, find misplaced keys. If you're not familiar, one question you might do is AirTags use AirTags do not use RFID. Instead, AirTag use Bluetooth. Okay, fine. So it doesn't use RFID, which does the same thing really, but it has a stronger technology, which is Bluetooth. That's fine. Okay, so we learned something new, but basically it does the same thing as an RFID. Everybody understands this, right? Any questions, please let me know. No. Okay. Then we have the next type of wave is basically called microwave. A microwave has higher frequency than radio wave, but a lower wavelength than radio. Okay, so its wavelength is smaller than um, radio wave. Now, what microwaves do is they are generally used in mobile signals. They're used in satellite because they can cross satellites or satellite, um, television, and they can be also used in cooking using microwave ovens. Okay, so that's what it is used for. The reason why, because it basically interacts with the water molecules and then it warms it up and then your food gets warm. Okay, everybody is getting at this? Please let me know if you don't. All right, so I'm gonna fetch me some water. Till then, please write this down. I'll be back. Okay, let's go forward then. Now, let's look at the next wave, which is basically called infrared. So, infrared waves have higher frequency than microwave, and lower wavelength than microwave. Now, infrared has many uses as well. So, they're used in electric grills, anywhere where you need to heat things up a bit. So, in remote controllers, basically, when you look at your TV controller, you'll see a red bulb in front of it. That would be the infrared one. It also is used in intruder alarms that monitors, if heated object moves. Okay. Okay. So infrared, basically electric grills, remote controllers, intruder alarms, right? Because if some heated object moves, which could be an intruder in your house, it can just sound the alarm. It is also used in thermal imaging. So nighttime photography uses that, right? Nowadays. And then it is also used in optical fibers. So anything where there is heat, it can be used. Okay. Please do let me know if you have any questions up till now. Now, so okay, the next thing we're going to look at is the next wave is called visible light. Let's put a 4. Visible light. In visible light, we has higher frequency than infrared and lower lower wavelength than infrared. It basically, visible light uses to see, which means for vision, of course. Second thing is for photography and also illumination. It has very few uses though. Okay. Now, then we have ultraviolet rays, and this is like, it has higher frequency than visible light and lower wavelength than visible light. Ultraviolet has basically used for security markings. So security markings are like, let me show you a picture of it so you guys know what exactly it looks like. It basically tracks the position. You can't see it from the naked eye, but through an ultraviolet you can see a lot of things actually. Security markings of ultraviolet. Hello. Hello. I will talk to you in a bit. I'll talk to you in a bit. Class. So it's like, you can basically write, and this is very cool. You can write, if you have an expensive laptop, you can write your name through an ultraviolet security marker, like he's doing. It's basically a fluorescent paint. You can't see it from the naked eye, and then basically, if somebody steals it, you can shine light on it and you say, okay, this is my phone because I've written my name and address on it, right? So that could be like this, but in normal light you can't see it. How cool is that, right? Okay, I love this ray because very, very cool. And then even in security, for currency, right? In currency, you might have seen when you go to a bank or something to, get or deposit currency, they put it in blue light just to check if it's not fake or whatever. So basically, it detects fake currency notes as well. So that's pretty good. And then it's also used in sterilizing water, and because it generally likes to kill some germs, right? Okay. Um, so this is something that basically ultraviolet uses, and then you got number six. You have X-rays. So of course, X-rays has higher frequency than ultraviolet, and it has lower wavelength than ultraviolet. So X-rays are usually used in two different things. One, medical scanning. So usually if you have a pain, you fall or something and you have pain, so they put you on X-ray scanner to detect if there's a fracture or not. And then it is also used in security scanners. So if you go to an airport or something, you put your bags and the bags are scanned through X-rays. That's how it does. Okay. Then the seventh one is the gamma rays. So gamma rays have the highest frequency and the lowest wavelength of all of these. And they have uses too. So they are used in sterilizing food. They can kill every germ, bad or good. Sterilizing medical equipment, because again, like I said, they can kill every smallest germ, healthy or bad ones equally. It is also used in detection of cancer and treatment of cancer as well, because it can kill cancerous cells as well. Okay. Any questions up till now? Please let me know. I'd like to know.
Sir, UV rays are also emitted by the sun, right?
Yes, of course. They can all come from sun. Sun produces all of them. It's just that we do get, we know UVs are there because we get sunburns. That's why. Okay. So since he basically gave us some of the ideas here, so how about we discuss that too? So there are certain bad things about these waves as well, and we're going to look at it now. So let's just look at that. Okay. So first of all, I would like to tell you that there's some harmful waves as well. Let's talk about the microwave first. So for harmful things, I'm going to write it with say purple. No, purple would not be contrasting. Blue. So number one, for harmful things, I'm going to say microwaves can cause internal heating of body cells. So I'm going to write bad parts, okay, here. Now, whenever you're using microwave oven, until it does not stop beeping, do not open it, please. Let it beep. The beeping means that the microwaves are still there, and when they're gone, then you're allowed to take your food out. Do not be in a hurry and you just open the microwave and take your food out. That can harm you. Don't do that. Then infrared, bad things are that it can cause skin burn, because there is heat. And then visible light has no effects, but ultraviolet does have. So the bad things about ultraviolet is, number one, ultraviolet causes damage to surface cells and eyes, so leads to skin cancer and eye condition. So you don't want to do that, okay? Don't do that. So it's good to use it's good to use protection when going out. Use sunblock or something, please, because that in that way you're safe from the harmful things about ultraviolet, right? So it can lead to skin cancer and eye condition. Especially when you go to the north and snowy regions, ultraviolet is, because there's thin air, ultraviolet is way more effective, which means you should wear a sunblock and a sunscreen and sunglasses as well. Now, then X-rays. So X-rays are again very, very harmful, and if you're not the patient, you should not linger around the X-rays. So the bad things about X-rays are that it causes basically mutation or damage to body cells. In fact, both X-rays and gamma rays does the same: mutation or damage to body cells. Is it clear, everybody? Any questions?